Hey guys, so recently did a little fishing. My dad, brother, and I got out on my dad's boat. Had an awesome day out on the water. Caught a nice fish. Had a great time out there. Ton of fun. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is a little about the gear that we were using out there. The water was running really hard. If you guys have been keeping any update info on the Tennessee River recently, we had a ton of rain. Stay off the water. A lot of bad things been going on, but it's kind of been dying down, but it was still really muddy. And we still hooked up into a nice fish. What we were doing, 3 to 5 ounce weights. I was using a 3 ounce pyramid weight, and we went up to, I think, some 5s to keep the bait down there on the bottom where we wanted it in the strike zone for these big fish. Hook size, the ones we were using to catch them was a 10-aught. We were also using 9-aught and a 7-aught, depending on the model. But the 10-aughts were working pretty good. Good size, catch a big fish, great hookup. Line class, we were using 30-pound minimum out there, and 40, 60, and 80. So I don't recommend going any lower than 30. You're going to fight a lot of current. It's going to be a big fish. It's going to take that line out. You go anything less, you're going to snap your line and lose that fish of a lifetime. So, step your game up your gear a little bit. You're going after big fish, you need some big gear. And that's what I'm talking about here, medium to heavy. That's going to be as far as freshwater goes. A lot of catfish gear out there on the market. If it says catfish, it's pretty tough stuff. You're going to want to run that 30, 40, 50-pound line class. You'll catch a big fish. Don't worry about no problems. So keep it a medium heavy. Don't go light. You'll lose that big fish. The rod I was out there using was this Ugly Stick Tiger. This is a jigging rod, so it's super heavy. You can land some really monstrous fish with this rod. And this is a canyon reel. So it's a good medium light for saltwater, but I'd consider it medium heavy for freshwater. This is hooked up with a 10-aught swivel circle hook that I make, and I was doing it on my simple common bottom rig out there. And that's a 50-pound leader. So it's working really well. It's keeping the bait down where we wanted it, needed it. Caught a nice fish. Had a ton of fun. Had a ton of bites. So I'm going to show you a little bit reeling in the fish. I want to apologize. Kind of messed up the recording, so you may have to cock your head to the side. But let's see that fish. Let's get it reeled in. Let's get a nice release. It's recording. Okay. Just keep your finger. Oh yeah. It's a big fish.
We got a monster fish on. We think it's about 12 feet long. We're not sure.
Oh, he's got some size. What do you think? 30-pounder?
I don't know.
So we moved into the honey spot over here. I just cast right into the shore too on this guy. It's funny because I thought we were too close to the shore. Turns out we're in the right spot. Oh man.
That's a big one.
Yeah, he's pulling some drag. I don't have the drag crazy tight, but he's pulling. Come on, fish. He's a big fish. He is barely big. I mean, I know I'm fighting the current, but he is not coming up. This is the heavy saltwater rod, too. This thing's tough, man. I think it's the biggest fish I caught on this rod so far.
The world record fish right here on this rod. Probably about 3 pounds. I mean, wait a minute.
Woo!
Did I get in the video?
No.
Grab the net. He's coming up pretty decent.
Get the net.
He's coming up to the surface now.
I don't see him. Where's he at? Man, it's like a Godzilla fish.
Oh, man. There, he's coming up. He's coming up. Oh yeah, he's good.
That looks like bigger than 30 pounds.
I don't know. I don't think so. He's probably about like that one you caught, maybe a little smaller. I think it's just the current. He's definitely got some fight into him. He's pulling hard. All right.
Where? Which side?
Looks like he wants to go to that side. So, watch out.
Get him right here at the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like in the 30s. Man, I wish we had the scale. Look at this guy. Get it down there. Let's go. Let's get this guy. We got him. All right.
It's a big blue.
Check that. There we go. Yeah, he's 30s. Goodness. Look at that.
Smile for the camera there. Oh my gosh, that's a smile.
There's a big boy.
Yeah, that's a 30-pounder. At least.
I think the one you caught is a little bit bigger though. The one you got is definitely a lot fatter. There we go. There's a good fish.
Yep.
Oh yeah. All right, so I got him. Let's go get him in the release. Just get him over here on the side. He'll be good to go. Get over. Oh yeah. So that was an awesome big fish out there. We're gonna put about a 25-pound number on it. We didn't bring the scale, but based on some big fish we caught in the past, my brother hooked into a monster 35-pounder, and definitely wasn't a 35-pounder size. So I think 25 pounds is a good safe bet. Let me talk a little about the spot. So that's probably what you guys all want to know about. The spot that we were fishing, and the reason why we fished it was because, one, it's a river junction. If you guys know me and fishing, I love fishing river junctions for big fish. River junctions can be just from like a little creek coming out, little river coming out, you know, just a giant body of water dumping in there. We're in the dumping water. All that bait's going to come out. So what this spot was doing, it was creating a little eddy, which was great for housing big fish. They're lazy. They don't want to move. They want the bait to go to them. So right in here, we're anchored up here at the circle, casting down here in the X. So we did a little fan spread, anchored up, and when we were here, there was skipjack. We brought some frozen bait, which the frozen bait worked fine. We had a lot of bites hooked into some fish, but no takers. We didn't get them to the boat. But frozen bait works great. Fresh bait works even greater. So get you some fresh bait. We brought a little curly tail out there, hooked into a nice fresh bait. So I love fishing curly tails. Spoons will do the same thing. But with the dirty water, we were using a white curly tail. I definitely recommend a darker color, maybe maybe a gray. There's a shad color that's out there. Shad would probably work really well out there. So this was the first spot. Lots of bait, lots of fish. So definitely would have been a lot of catfish under there, but the wind was blowing really hard, so we shifted gears and we went and found another spot on the other side of the river. And what we were looking for here, basically, was we were anchored here and casting right here in the X. What this was kind of doing was somewhat of the same effect as the eddy right here, because we fished out this little point, hoping that some fish would get kicked out a little, and some will sit right in here. Any of those active feeding fish, they're going to come right out of this spot, boom. They're going to move up, nail our bait. We weren't far from the bank either, as you can see. So we were just hugging the edges. We were looking for these currents. You know, we were like visual, you know, those gut feeling things, like that looks like a good spot for fishing. And from our past experience, those are the spots that work. That's what we look for. So you can find these all along rivers. They're real easy to find, real easy to fish. Another little thing, if you're familiar with the area, there was a ledge out there where we were fishing. Or get familiar with the areas you're fishing. So if you know there's a ledge, a lot of times those ledges are going to attract tons of fish. There's going to be shad, bluegill, skipjack where we were. Tons of that. They're going to hang up around that shelf, and the catfish are going to be down along that ledge, ambushing any of those prey. So anything that comes off the shelf, they're going to nail it. But since the water was really muddy and dirty, they're also real active. They did come shallow a few times and take my bait off. So those are some of the tactics we were using. So hopefully some of these tips, tricks, and tactics help you guys out there on the water. So get out there on the water, have fun fishing. Thanks for watching, guys.